chat. RJ, what's going on, dude? Figured you'd be getting on, talk about that new PB, man. I'll check out that photo if that's what you sent. What's going on, Ryan, Garrett, Matt? What's up? What's up? Rhino Fishing, what's going on, dude? Tackle Junkie, been following since 2013. That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate that. What's going on, Sean? Grace, I'll tell my wife you said hi. Appreciate you tuning in. What's going on, Sean? Charlie, what is up? What's going on? J Pops, what's going on, brother? So we decided to go live around 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Hopefully most of you guys can see Game of Thrones. Azai, what's going on, dude? Who we got there? Toby, what's up, dude? Tackle Junkie, Meat Tackle Addict. What's going on, Josh? Turk H, what's going on, dude? Hey, Doug, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Josh, headed out to do some fishing right now. There you go, man. It was really nice today. There was like no wind. Sun's out. It's warm. It was really nice. I should have been on the water today. Sketching up on MLF, but rather be here. Appreciate that, dude. Man, I can't say I've watched MLF for probably since they switched over. I haven't even watched it yet. Tristan, appreciate the $2, buddy. Missed the last couple streams. Glad to be back. Glad to have you back, man. As usually as the first person that donates, I always talk about the super chat giveaway. And like I always say, I'm not asking for donations, but you guys like to donate for whatever reason. I do put that money back into the channel, buying reels and things like that to review. So I try to do a giveaway for those that do donate. And if you do donate, the giveaway that we're doing, 2 packs of Biospawn Lures Vile Bug, 2 packs of the Vile Crawl, 2 packs there. We got the Exo Stick, black and blue, Rapid Line Guide, and the Hook All. So any donation, you're entered in that giveaway. Have you took the tracker out? Yeah, I've had it out, Garrett. I've only had it out one time. Oh, man. Wadded fishing already in here, dude. So your videos have helped me catch the best fish of my life. What did they say? They went away. Good time. We just finished cleaning the boat. That's cool, Greg. Yeah, I think I seen that on Facebook. You were going to clean the boat today. That's cool. Should hook everyone up with an in-depth video on wiring up a trolling motor. Really ain't too much to do in that, bud. That's pretty simple. But I'm sure there's plenty of those videos out on YouTube already. Went on Kentucky Lake today, caught 4 smallmouth. Man, I've never caught a smallmouth. The few lakes that I fish, there's not smallmouth in those lakes. But Phantom Fishing says he's going to randomly pick me up sometime this year, and we're just going to go to some random lakes, and we're going to go smallmouth fishing. That's what he says. Where we at? What's going on, Adam? What is the best shallow water bass lure? Shallow water, I'm going to say spinnerbait or a crankbait. If you're fishing from the bank, you may not want to throw like a square bill because there's a good chance you can get it hung up. So you may want to go with the spinnerbait. But either one. For me, it's definitely a square bill. Doug, I do appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Always glad to donate to help the show and fellow fans. Really do appreciate that, Doug. You were entered in the giveaway. Lily said, hi, Joker James. What's going on, Lily? Literally caught 7 smallmouth today. That's cool. Travis, what's going on, dude? Haven't seen you on here. I'll fly you up to New York. I just got a pair of Solar Bat sunglasses and Mossback Gradient for my birthday. Yeah, those are awesome, Nate. I think I'm trying to think of the one that I used. It was Solar Bat. There was only one frame. It wasn't the Boss. I can't think of it now. There's only one frame that fit me from Solar Bat, and then they discontinued it, so I stopped wearing them. But they really do make a nice sunglass, and their warranty is awesome. Thumbs up number 6. We only got 8. We got 45 people on. Let's get the thumbs up going. Your videos have helped me catch the best fish of life this pre-spawn. Upstate New York weather starting to get nice. Finally, bass moving up now. That's awesome, man. What's your biggest so far, Sean? Smallmouth are fun to catch. Mike, you ain't caught that many to even know, dude. I've seen your pictures. They're like that big. What is the most versatile shallow water bait from the bank pond fishing besides spinnerbaits? Pond fishing. I mean, pond fishing from the bank, I would actually say, you know, either like a Texas rig worm, a shaky head, wacky rig, something like that, or even just like a weightless Cinco. Those are all good baits from the bank. 5'3", dude. That's awesome, man. Mad Matt, dude, congrats on the tournament win, dude. First tournament, brand new boat, and you won. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, Greg says trick worms. At least I've caught a few more than you have caught. That is true, Joker. That is true. Oh yeah, Mike, I do want to thank you again though for that free lunch the other day. That was really nice. I do appreciate you buying me and Phantom Fishing lunch. You know, that was awesome. You guys can guess probably why Mike had to buy lunch. Fish on May 1st, caught 2 bass, one on Colorado blade spinner again, but the other one was on small buzzbait. That's cool. As long as you guys are getting on the board. Wide fishing the net, man. No problem, Matt. My biggest this year is 5'12". Next day, my 9-year-old beat me with a 6'3". Man, that is awesome. If you guys follow Phantom Fishing on Instagram, when I was out with him and Mike the other day, he caught a, I think it was a 555. I caught a 405. I'm not sure Mike's are even big enough to weigh, but we do have some pictures up on Instagram, and we gave Andy the footage, so the video will be on his channel. So keep a lookout for that. What's going on, Ben? What's the top speed on your boat? David, it was like 29-30, and when I went to a 4-blade stainless, I got up to like, I think 35. So not too bad. Appreciate it, Mom. You guys get ready for, no, I guess you can't watch Game of Thrones yet just because you're not caught up yet. Keep watching it though. Some bad news, Mom. I just washed the truck and I found like 12 dents now. So hopefully tomorrow they can pull all those out. I thought it was only like 3 or 4. And we found like a dozen of them. Follow me on Instagram at Town Lake Bass Guy. I follow back. Dude, give me a follow and I'll follow you back. I'm not going to remember that now here on the stream. Biggest last year was a 753. That's huge, man. Last year my biggest was, I think one was 6, one was like 604. But 753 is a beast, man. So you guys got any rain coming this week? I think we're good tomorrow. But after that, looks like we got a bunch more coming. Felt like pulling a stump. I can imagine, dude. What'd you catch it on? This is cool. Finally glad to be a part of the live show. Appreciate it, Turk. Thanks for tuning in, man. We're here every Sunday. It makes a total of 9 so far this year. Was actually hoping wife would get her first, but that didn't happen. Hey, not a bad start though, man. Year's just starting. Ordered me some spinnerbait wire from Amazon. Going to make me some Tokyo rigs. That's cool. Yeah, I got a video on that too. My pond has shut down since we had all the rain. Greg, I tell you, we had some rain before we went. Other than Andy's 555 and my, it was like 404 or something like that. We'll just call it a 4-pounder. Other than those 2 big fish, which mine came on that Advantage spinnerbait actually. Andy's came on the it came on the Trashmaster jig, and he had a vile bug on there. Other than those 2 fish, they were all like super small fish. Like this water bottle was big compared to all the other bass that we caught that day. It was only those 2 decent fish. So yeah, definitely the rain has shut it down, man. Good tomorrow too, then rain. Yeah, I think at 90% I seen on, I thought it was tomorrow night. Could have been Tuesday. Zoom Ultra Vibe Watermelon Seed. Ultra Vibe. Oh, the Speedworm? That's cool. What size hook bonnets do you buy for your crankbaits? What I got them at? Give me 1 second. Hold on. I only use the green and the red. Now, I believe, let's see here. I think the green says it'll hold a number 2, but I believe it only holds the 2 round bend. If you go to a 2 EWG, you got to go to the red. But majority of the hooks that I'm using are usually a 4 short shank EWG style, and they all fit in the green just fine. But again, if you go to the 2 EWG, you'll have to go to the red. And you can pick them up at Bass Pro. I think Karl's even carries them as well. And or you can go right to Al's, I think it's Al's Lure Fish Company, and or is it Al's Goldfish? I'll go ahead and link it down below once this video is up. But you can get them in bulk there. I believe it's like a 50-pack. And that's what I did here recently. Hey, we invited you to a barbecue at my house the Sunday before Memorial Day. You are off work, so there is no excuse. I might have to work that Sunday, Mike. I don't know. Looks like rain all this week. Yep. Yeah, I've seen a couple of weeks of rain, actually, man. Just followed on Instagram. All right, dude. I'll hit you up after the stream. What's going on, Hank? Rain all week, rain all week. Today was the first day I didn't see a raindrop in several days. Yep. It's been pretty crappy. This has probably been one of the worst springs that I can remember. You have a recommendation for a good non-puncture call system? Dude, get the Clip It Call from Calcos, man. Those pretty sweet. And they just came out with the 2.0. And you can use my code TJ81, get 20% off. That's what I was showing in the thumbnail. This is the new rod glove. Really, only difference is it'll now accept longer rods, like 8-foot rods. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. I think the bottom detaches. Other than that, though, like I said, they just made it to accept longer rods. And code TJ81 will save you 20% on Calcos. Again, I didn't make nothing on that code. That code's for you guys. Sugar Craw, Ripped Frog, and Power Worms have been the best so far for me this year. That's cool, dude. You ever put a Ribbit Frog on the back of a buzzbait? That's a pretty killer combo, man. Just got my Calcos order the other day. Of course, use your discount code. Got 2 rod mules, some rod sleeves, and a bait sack. Not wanting another broken rod tip. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Yeah, that would have saved you a couple bucks then. That's cool. Was busy painting the kitchen, so the rain wasn't that upsetting. It's always nice when you got something to do inside when you can't be fishing. I think we are at 23 days straight with rain. Man, that is terrible. But those lakes are super, super muddy. If you make it to the barbecue, we can do a live stream. Might be able to do that. I'm not sure, though, anybody would tune in, Mike, if I'm doing it with you. Any more progress on the wall to your left? No, man, I hung some stuff up on there, and I haven't messed with it since then. So now that it's time to start fishing, I'm not really sure I'll mess with it anymore. As I start packing the boat up, you know, I'll be taking stuff off it and all that. But most likely wintertime is when I'll mess around with that again. So, Sean, I do appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Anyone just tuning in? For the giveaway, we do have 2 packs of Vile Bugs. We do have 2 packs of Vile Craws. We have a pack of Exo Sticks, Rapid Line Guide, and the Hook All. Okay? Any amount of donation, you're entered in that giveaway. I really do appreciate that. Again, I just put that money back into the channel. The last money that you guys donated went to the Fuego CT, which we'll be reviewing again this year. So again, I just put that money back into the channel. No problem, Matt. Appreciate the buck, Colton. You're entered in the giveaway. Kyle with Daddy, what's going on, dude? Been a while, man. Uh-oh, watch, you're laughing. What I missed, man. What did Greg say? Did I miss something? Or is that a inside joke? Can you make a video on solo launching your boat? David, that is something that I do want to do this year for sure. I probably do it differently than most guys. And I tell you what, I can load my boat much faster without even driving it on like most guys do. So I probably should make a video on that. Now it makes it easier just because I do have a dock, right there to launch to. So that does help out. If you don't have a dock, obviously it won't be as easy to do it like I do it. But if you have a dock, the way I do it is very simple. I do it by myself all the time. And like I said, it's really easy to do. JT, what's going on, buddy? David, I do believe, I remember Fluke Master, he did make a video on that a while back. So you can check out his too. Greg said, with the live stream before or after we have had a few drinks at the barbecue. Now, I'll be drinking Gatorades though, so I'll be all right. So do we have any Game of Thrones fans in the house right now? I'm not sure the time zone that some of you guys are in. Because what if you're Eastern? I tell you what, if you're Eastern, it's probably starting right now. So maybe I should start doing these at 6 Central. Because I know the last couple of weeks we've had our viewers been cut in half, I think, just because of Game of Thrones. Spike that Gatorade with vodka. Nope, definitely. Greg, yep. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones. I like it. I'm sure my wife will be sending me some messages on here as soon as it starts. You've never watched an episode? I tell you, I didn't watch it till, I guess it was last year. I finally watched it, and then I was hooked right away, and we watched all like 6 seasons right in a row. So it took me a while to get into it, but once I did, man, it's killer. That one, Vikings is another great show. I really like Vikings as well. Which I did see something on Instagram today, Mom and Dad, if you're watching this. That's starting really soon. And the preview looks awesome. They need to get their priorities straight. I've been watched the first season a couple months ago and haven't gone any further. Sean, I tell you what, dude, you need to get past the first season. I've heard a few guys say that. And the first season is definitely not the best. It's more of an intro to the characters and all that. You have to watch it to know what's going on. But you really can't judge the show on that first season. Once you get to like the 5th and 6th season, you'll be glad that you stuck to it, dude. It really is an awesome show. Have you geared your boat for the season yet? I haven't. I mean, little by little, I'm putting stuff in there. I just reorganized my hook box and things like that. But I haven't really loaded the boat up too much yet. I've been going to the ponds a lot, fishing with Phantom. So I've only had my boat out once. Like I said, I've been doing more pond fishing just because when I go by the lake, it is just so muddy right now. Fishing that lake as much as I have, I just kind of know the outcome of it. So, but with the weather really warming up now, I mean, we do have a couple more weeks of rain here, but with the weather warming, most likely those fish are up shallow and should be able to pick some off. RJ, I do appreciate the $2, buddy. You are entered in the giveaway. You're probably the most interactive fishing YouTuber I've seen. Mad props plus respect. I do appreciate that, JT. Dude, I know, man. I wish he wouldn't have went like he did. You know, the season really went downhill. I guess the series went downhill after, what happened to him. I don't want to talk about it too much in case somebody hasn't seen it. I am behind on Game of Thrones. I have seen it up to, I think, season 6 or 7. Yeah, I think, what was it? 6 came out, I believe it's 6 last year, but they made it 2 seasons. So I think really what we're watching now is really it is 6, but they made it season 7, I think. David, I've used the Lunker Hunt Prop Frog. It's become one of my favorites. I do have a video on that that I made last year. I got that bait in my mystery tackle box, and like I said, used it for the first time then, and I love it. I have a few of them now. It's got killer action. I do believe they make a shad imitation as well, but that frog is awesome, man. Jay Lane, what's going on, dude? Gonna be sad when Game of Thrones ends. It's so good. Matt, it is, dude. It's awesome, man. I love it. If you haven't seen Vikings, though, Matt, check out that one. It's pretty good, too. I'm here finally. Sorry I've been absent. No problem, Sergio. Appreciate you tuning in, man. You have not loaded those black and red boxes behind you yet? No, obviously I haven't loaded anything that's behind me. Actually, only one of those has hooks in them. The other ones are empty. I really don't use those that much anymore. With all the rain lately, the water has become very, very low visibility. And what visibility do you think it's safe to run without a leader? I think it really depends what you're fishing, what kind of bait. If it's like a shaky head, you know, if you're more vertical fishing, I would say you're definitely going to want a leader if you got. I guess it depends on that. It really is hard to say, to be honest, just because I do fish muddy water majority of the time. I hardly ever put a leader on. But if you have, you know, I would say even a foot or two of visibility, I would think that you'd want to add that leader. I would think. But again, I don't have a ton of experience with clear water. If somebody in here fishes clear water, Greg, you know, if anybody in here fishes clear water, let them know. But vertical fishing, I would think you definitely want the leader. But if you're going to throw like, I don't know, spinnerbait or something like that, I'm not sure if you throw that with braid or not. I don't. I know Watts does. But something like that, a moving bait, it's not a big deal. But a vertical bait, you're definitely going to want a leader on there. I would think at least a foot or so. Hey, Jim, sorry a little late. Thanks for the Al's Goldfish Lure Company hook bonnets. They're working great. No problem, Mike. Appreciate you tuning in, buddy. What's up with the battle box? Kyle Daddy. It did not work out as planned. And I'm in the middle of actually doing that box. I went with the Mafia box straight from my hook box just because, and I talked to the owner about this because I had such high hopes for that box to put everything in there. But with the containers, you know, I run 6 different, 1, 2, 3, 4. I run 7 different hooks. And if you got 7 different hooks, 5 sizes of each hook, that's like what? 35 spots. Then you got all your weights and other terminal tackle. There's no way I could get it in one box. Now, obviously, I don't need all those hooks all the time. I only bring all those hooks with me in case I want to do a rigging video or something like that. I have the right size. Majority of the time, all I use 3 and 4 out hooks, EWG, round bend offset, flipping hook. That's what I use majority of the time. So if I wanted to do a box just like that, I could. But again, there's no way I could fit everything in it. And I wanted to get little bitty tackle boxes. They're kind of like, you know, something that's small and line those up in there with every style of hook in each box. Again, I couldn't find one short enough to fit in there either. There is something coming out, I believe, for the battle box. It's going to allow you to put more hooks in it. I'm kind of waiting on that. But I believe I'm just going to keep all my hooks in a Mafia box and then all my weights and other terminal in the coffin. And I really like the coffin, or not the coffin, the battle box, just because it's got those plungers in there so the weights can't rattle around and things like that. So I definitely want my weights in that box for sure. But again, there's no way I could fit everything in there. Now I could, if he ends up coming out with what we've talked about for a little addition to that battle box. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. But again, there's just no way I could get everything in there. And that was probably a really long answer for no reason. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Midwesterns, a storm coming. Those Biospawn I won for guessing the coins in the jar, been killing it. And the guys on the team are liking it. That's cool, dude. And remember, use code TJ81, 20% off, biospawn.com. If you guys seen my post too, there is a bigger and smaller version of the ExoSwim coming out really soon. I believe it's a 4.75, and it could be like a 2.75, something like that. But 2 different sizes of ExoSwim, and I believe new colors coming really soon. Yeah, I got it in my MTB box, but I had to cut the rubber legs back a little bit by the prop to get it to work right, but I like the Lunker prop frog. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with mine. They work pretty good. Yeah, I really do like that frog though. Turker, I do appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. My first donation. Want to show my support. I really do appreciate that, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. I'm just tuning in. A couple packs of Vile Bugs, a couple packs of Vile Craws, Exo Stick, Line Guide, Hook All. If you donate, you're entered in the giveaway. Really do appreciate that. I just put the money back into the channel. 4 to 6 foot, you say, Greg? There you go. Then I was way off on that one, bud. Yeah, I don't fish clear water at all. Late, but I made it. Glad to see you, Bill. Do you throw the Whopper Plopper and what size? I throw the, what is it called? I think it's the 110. I don't have any of that newer one. What was it, like the 75? Kind of stubby. I think the 110 is the one that I have. And I only throw it in bluegill, I think it's powder, and then loon. That's the only 3 colors that I need. Dropped a small fortune on KVD square bills, Kitech, and 3 Tatula reels. Go to for Canada walleye trip and local bass lakes. That's cool, man. It's always fun to buy new gear. I don't know how your experience has been so far with the Crowd DC and this elect since you picked them up, but I'm loving both. Haven't even spooled them up, Sergio, so I couldn't tell you, buddy, but I'll be getting them out here real soon. Do you know when Andy will have that video out? I'm curious how the new mic worked out. I watched it back, Mike, and it sounded pretty clear to me. It seemed like it could have had a little static to it, but again, it could have just been on the GoPro. But I'm going to make maybe, I'll probably upload the bigger fish that I caught, just to ask guys, what they thought of the audio. I think I'm going to do that. But overall, I thought it sounded pretty good. Matt, if you're still on here, dude, well, I think you did end up ordering it, but that's that case right there. And there's the adapter inside the case that would focus. And then there's the mic right there. So it's a nice little compact setup there. Put your GoPro in there. That's pretty slick, dude. Plug it in, and you're good to go. No more wires and all that for the mics. So pretty cool. How come no merch link in the bio? Yeah, it's something I should mention. Tackle Junk 81 gear is available now. And JT, I'll have that link up as soon as this video goes, I guess as soon as it's processed, the link will be in there. If you go to the video I just put up a couple days ago on Friday, the link is in the description of that video. But anyone just tuning in that would like to go check out the shirt, the website is www.gatewayimpressions.com/TackleJunkie81. But again, just come back to the video once it's processed, and the link will be down in the description. And also, you can only order a shirt the first 2 weeks of every month. So the middle of this month, the site shuts down so they can make the shirts, get them shipped out, and then it'll open up the following month, the first 2 weeks. It'll be that way every month. So again, that's how it's going to work. Yeah, Joseph, you said it, bud. What's your second favorite rod company? I'll probably go with Dobbins. I went to the Okuma rod just because I like the action a little bit better. Even with the cranking rods, I think the Okuma rod is much softer than 705 CB. But if I wouldn't have found these rods, I'd probably still be using the Dobbins rods. I would no longer partner with them just because I didn't care for the customer service. But I've never said they were a bad rod. I would definitely use Dobbins if I was not using Okuma. What's going on, Aaron? I'll keep my eye out for the battle box accessory. Do your new shirts have logos on the back? No, they're only on the front, and it's got I got 2 different logos, and there's 2 different styles. Both logos, I got one on the front, obviously both in the middle, 2 different styles, and then I also have them small on the chest. So you have different options: short sleeve, and then a performance shirt. And the performance shirts, they hold up really well. The brand that I went with are shirts that I already have here that I've been wearing for years, and they don't fuzz up. They're really, really durable, and that's what we're going with there. But again, you can have the option of either logo on front, bigger like this, or you can get it off to the side on the chest there. But again, just check it out over there. I got a bunch of different colors, and if there's a size that you need that you don't see listed, just call the number on the website, and she'll take care of you. I've already had a few guys that have called her, and she's trying to find them something as well. But yeah, just give her a call. But I should have up on the site, I should have tri-blend shirts, long sleeve, performance. Then there's a 50-50 blend for tall. Those might go up to a 4X. And then I believe there's tall performance shirts as well. Thanks, Ismail. Victor, hey TJ and everyone on the stream. Jay Lane, appreciate the buck, buddy. Man, Matt, appreciate the buck, buddy. You guys are both entered in the giveaway. Everyone, please hit that like button. Yeah, listen to Jay Beats and Ways, man. Hit that like button. Biospawn going directly up against the comparable Kitech lures. I tell you what, Kitech, they both have similar action. And Biospawn is definitely more durable. But Kitech was killing them on the color options for sure. They had way more colors and obviously sizes. But I don't know the colors that Biospawn's coming out with. I'm hoping it's some more of my favorites that I really like from Kitech. And but again, they do have 2 new sizes out. And again, I'm excited to see what new colors they got out as well. But I did see on Instagram from Kitech that they're doing special runs of the discontinued colors, and Black Shad is one of them. I think it was Black Shad, it was Pro Staff Special. Those are 2 of my favorites, and they're doing a special run of those. So if you guys want to pick some of those up, now would be the time to do it. I still got about 15 packs over here in the bin, so I'm good for right now. But hopefully Biospawn comes out with that color. That would be awesome. And really, I mean, it should be a pretty standard color. I mean, it's basically a shad color, black back, more of a silver pearl side to it. Pretty comparable to a shad, so I mean, everyone should have that color. But watching since you started tonight, just wanted to say hello, listening to all the info. Appreciate it, Andrew. We're here every Sunday. Blair, Tackle Junkie, what's up? Love your channel. Appreciate it, bud. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Mad Matt, yeah, that looks good, and love how there's no wire dangling. Yeah, dude. And yeah, there's nothing really to come out. And if you twist the wire and plug into the GoPro, it's pretty solid in there. It didn't come loose all day. And like I said, that little mic right there, I mean, it's pretty handy, dude. I'm digging it, especially for the price. I believe the case was like 40, or no, I think total they were on $40. I believe the case was like 15, and the mic was like mid-20s or something like that. But I like how compact it is, you know. You should try to get a short sleeve and a long sleeve shirt to show on stream. Well, I'm getting mine. I already seen proofs and all that to make sure that they were good. And again, I know the brand that she's using, which again I have here, so I know it's going to hold up. But I'm ordering my shirts with you guys, so I won't get mine till you get yours. She's gonna make them all at once. It's just how they run them there, so I couldn't get them ahead of time. But again, I made sure I seen proofs of how everything was going to go. So let's see here. What is your best approach in muddy water for post spawn picky bass? I am assuming the drop shot is not the best choice for finesse. No, Sergio, I tell you what, man, I pretty much do the same thing almost all year. I mean, the water really never clears up. It's beyond muddy. I mean, majority of the time it's zero visibility. Those fish really hardly ever leave the bank. But there is a lot of bank beaters on that lake. I mean, you can walk around the lake, and I don't mean that disrespectful, because there's a lot of guys that fish the bank on that lake. And so those fish got a lot of pressure. I mean, they just get lockjaw. They do not want to bite majority of the time. And you know they're there. You know, if you're going down to stretch and it's loaded with stumps, which is, there are some spots like that, in that muddy water, you can guarantee there's a bass on every stump. But you can hit it and hit it and hit it and not get bit. I'm having trouble figuring that lake out. Ever since the grass died off in that lake, the bite has been tougher and tougher and tougher. It's getting more and more pressure. There's weekly tournaments on it. I mean, but to answer your question, I mean, I'm gonna throw a square bill every single time I'm out there, because I can always pick them off with a square bill. I don't really believe they move off deeper and all that for post spawn. I believe they pretty much stay right there in the area. The lake is pretty much like a big fishbowl. And, you know, there is stumps and some brush and things like that in there. They just relate to that. They relate to the rocks. There's only a couple of docks. But they're pretty much going to stay in that area pretty much all year. I mean, they don't, like I said, they don't go off in deeper water like they would in a clear water lake. But, man, you cannot go wrong with a square bill spinnerbait. I mean, it works in muddy water. Aaron, I really appreciate the $20, buddy. You do not have to do that. I do appreciate the donation, though. You're definitely entered in the giveaway. Just tuning in, anybody, everybody. 2 packs of Vile Bugs, 2 packs of Vile Craws, Exo Stick, Line Guide, and the Hook All. Anyone that enters, or anyone that donates, is entered in the giveaway. Really do appreciate that, buddy. And we got 72 people in here, 49 thumbs up. See if we can get that up. How do you rig Kitex? For me, mainly just Texas rig with a weighted belly hook. I don't really throw A-rigs much, and I do put them on like an underspin. My main 2 rigs will be an underspin, probably. No, I take that back. Probably swim jig trailer, and then just belly weighted swimbait hook. Then probably third I would use the most would be like an underspin. No, Bill, I haven't thrown the Rapture bladed jig. I fish around a lot of wood, and the guys that I've talked to that used it, it snags a lot of wood, I guess. You know, when it hits it with that swivel, it turns, and all I've heard from guys is how much wood it does snag. So I have not used it. I really don't have any plans to use it, but I know a lot of guys do like it, but I don't believe I'll be picking that one up, bud. I really didn't see a whole lot of like innovation in that, you know, that particular chatterbait anyways. I mean, it looks like a swimbait head with a swivel on it and a blade. I mean, I'm not sure there's a whole lot of thought put into that particular chatterbait. You have, yes, I do. TackleFreaks, I do have the battle box from Cal Coast. It's not loaded up at the moment. Do you prefer Biospawn, ExoSwim, or Kitex? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. At the moment, right now, I kind of give the lead to Kitex with the size options and the color options. But that's what I was saying. Biospawn's got 2 more sizes coming out with more colors. So we'll have to see what colors they release. But Biospawn had them in durability, for sure. They're definitely more durable than Kitex. But again, I think most guys probably lean towards Kitex because of the color options and the size options. So Biospawn's coming up quick. So keep a lookout for that, man. John, crank it up. Yeah, Pro Staff Special is coming back for a short time, man. Yep, time to order. I think there could have been 4 or 5 colors coming back. Do you get a chance to try the concept? I have not tried the concept yet, Blair. Don't worry, what I need to do is I need to lay out. I got all the rods that I know I want to use. I just need to pair them up with the reels. That way I can spool everything up. And something I mentioned too, I did get the Fuego CT, did get that from TackleFreaks. And I've mentioned some of you guys too, if you're looking for the Tatula, the SV, they got it there for $160. It doesn't look like it's on sale. It looks like regular price. So you guys may want to check that out as well. Even the Concept Z there, I believe, was a little bit cheaper compared to others. So definitely check that out. They got some pretty good prices there. I do have a link down in the description of my videos. No, I have not tried the Tokyo rig yet. I built a bunch. I have not had them out yet. Jay Lane, thoughts on Googan baits? You guys ask that every live stream. I ordered some just the other day. Picked them up at Karl's. I got the Trench Hog is the one that I guess caught my attention the most. I want to try that one with a Nico rig. And then I did pick up the Bandito Bug and their craw. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember the name of it. Clacking Craw or something like that. I did pick up those 3 to try. I got both craws I got in black and blue and Bama Craw. And then the other one I got in green pumpkin, I believe, and June bug. So we'll play around with them. But I mean, I think what it is, some guys don't like the Googans, so they're judging the baits off of them not liking the guys. You know, I believe that's a Strike King patent that they have. Those baits, I'm sure, are going to perform just like Strike King Rage Tail baits do. I don't see them, I mean, put it this way. Whether you like the Googans or not, they're doing big things. They're not going to put their name on something that's not good, for one. And since the patent did come from Strike King, you know it's going to be a solid bait anyway. So whether you like them or not, I'm sure the baits are going to be solid. I mean, I really didn't have any intentions of picking any up, again, just because they do look similar to Strike King baits and things like that. But really, what baits don't? I mean, you can only make a craw so many different ways. You know, you can only make a worm so many different ways. So when I try different baits, normally I look for scent and things like that. But just to like, if you take the Vile Craw, a lot of guys want to compare the Vile Craw and the Rage Craw, and I do as well. Well, the Vile Craw kicks more, and to me, the Rage Craw swims more. So if you know, I like the craw or the Vile Craw a little bit more because I feel you get a little more thump out of it. I feel I've been doing better with it in muddy water. So just little things like that. Scent is why I try, you know, different baits, or different brands, I should say. But in a nutshell, I'm sure they're going to be good baits, even though they do look similar to others. Again, they all do. I'm sure it's got a different scent to it. They all have a time and a place. 6th Sense coming out with their own swim baits. I think they're working on some soft plastics. I thought they were coming out with a frog too. Can we get a closer look at the backpack behind you? I got videos on it. That's that PC Fun backpack. The top here, you put soft plastics, things like that in there. I do have, I got a few videos on that. Crack and crawl, that was it, yeah. Same 3 I got in the mail last week. It's the best backpack ever. TJ would know. Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. I like it. Pretty solid. Heard the Trash Master jig has bad hook. Jig has bad hook. Is that true? Not that I know of. I've only caught a couple on it. I was out with Phantom fishing. When was that? What is today? Sunday? We were out with him Friday, and he stuck a 555 on the Trash Master. I tell you what, the one thing about Trash Master, it skips awesome. This is an awesome skipping jig as well. We were able to skip them jigs on the trees and all that, lay downs, or what do you call that? Overhanging brush and things like that. They skip really, really nice. But I don't see any issues at all with the hook. That was one of the things that that they really talked about with this jig was the hook. So I don't have any issues at all with the hook. And like I said, it stuck that 555 pretty good. So that video should be coming out soon on Andy's channel. Dix carries Googans. Tried the Bandito bug. Works great. Yeah, I'm sure they work great, man. I caught a fish on everything but a Mondo worm and Slim Shake from Googans. It's the first time I've seen JT. Why do we keep talking about the Googans? This isn't their channel. Sergio, we talk about the Googans, I think, every single stream. Somebody wants to hear about the baits. So again, that's why I ordered some just so I could try them out and tell you guys how they are. But again, I don't have, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to be good. Guys don't like the Googan, so they're just blaming that on the baits too, I guess. He gave away one to me. That's how I know. I do have to say it's super quality bag. Cool. What is your go-to topwater bait? Bill, it would have to be Rage Toad, Striking Rage Toad. It's one of my favorite baits to toss for topwater. I'd rather throw that over like a hollow belly. It's a group of fishing YouTuber. I have to check those backpack videos out. No problem, G. Joseph, appreciate $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Enrique, you're entered in the giveaway as well. Appreciate the donation. Thoughts on the Okuma? Is that the one? I know I have the Inspira. I have the Inspira and I have the SX. I have not used the one you're talking about there, bud. So I can't tell you. But the Inspira is awesome. Smooth drag and all that. And the SX, man, the SX is solid. I really do like that spinning reel. I think some people want reinsurance to dislike them. This isn't the only channel. They keep asking how they will have a name soon. Goon askers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of channels get the same stuff. But again, there are just so many people that don't like them. Like you said, they just want to not like the baits. They don't want to think that the baits could be good. And I mean, I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff that they do. I got nothing against them. I mean, they're doing big things. Good for them. I'm not going to dislike their baits because of it. I mean, again, I ordered them. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on them. But I am sure, they're good. If you want to order some, I would just go ahead and do it. I'm sure they're good baits. Ryan, what's going on, dude? What hook do you use for the Rage Toad? Okay, they recommend a 4-rod hook in that bait. I run a 6. I run a 6-aught owner twist lock triple X strong hook, and it's a beefy hook. It works well. From time to time, the bait will roll on you, but if you rig it completely straight, majority of the time it's going to come through the water, will not roll. But it needs to be dead straight. Again, that hook is not really made for that bait. They recommend a 4-aught. Again, I'm running a 6. But again, if you hook it straight, you won't have any issues, and the hookup is awesome with that bigger hook. But yeah, I love that bait, love that hook. It's awesome. They trolling for YouTube drama. Yeah. Oh. Just curious, anyone on here? Did you guys pick up any of the Tackle Junkie shirts yet? Have you at least checked them out? Oh, Water, I'm sure you want some Googan baits too, man. Yeah, they look pretty good. I bet that that trench hog, I bet that on an eco rig, I bet that would be pretty good. That was my first, as soon as I seen it, that was the first thought, an eco rig. Do you throw the Rage Tow with a weighted hook ever? I guess if there's wind, I'll use a 16th. Other than that, weightless 6/0 hook. And when it is the weighted hook, I believe it's a 5/0 that I use. And other than that, though, 6/0 weightless. He needs all the help we can get. We looked at them while waiting for this live stream. Is there much of a difference between the Jika rig and Tokyo rig? I guess it is similar in a way. Your bait, I guess, is still somewhat off the bottom, but I guess the leader length, yeah, so there would be a pretty big difference as far as that goes, because the Jika rig is only the amount of off the bottom is just really the size of the weight, so which is not that big. I mean, it's more of a cylinder type weight, but with the Tokyo rig, I mean, you can have if you make your own, you can have a 6-inch wire if you'd like. Now, I believe a lot of guys punch with that Tokyo rig. Again, I have no experience with it at all. I made some up, so I really can't say much about it. But I mean, I don't think you'd want to punch with like a 6-inch wire. I want to use a longer wire just because I do fish a mud bottom and I want to keep my bait up off the bottom. So in that situation, I do believe the Tokyo rig was going to work out really well for me. Jika rig, not so much. Again, it's just a different presentation. I mean, if you're dragging a Texas rig, it's not going to probably have as much action as it would on a Jika rig. So a little bit different. That being said, too, with the muddy water that I fish, I don't stray far from a Texas rig too much. I don't try a lot of the other rigs just because they can't see a whole lot anyway. So if it does give the bait just a little more action, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference in the water that I fish. Yeah, I've caught bass with red lips from lakes and ponds with no craws living there. Can you really tell what the bass are eating by their lip and mouth color? I always thought when it was red, it was crawfish. So you guys, if anyone else wants to chime in on that, I just thought when they were red, that's what it was from, the craws. So maybe you do have craws there, and you're just not aware of it. I really don't know. I've given them a glance, and they look good, and you cannot complain about the price. $25. What are we talking about? Googan baits? Oh no, the Googan baits for me. Oh no, no Googan baits for me. Mike, you know you're going to get some too. You're going to see me catch fish on them. Then you're going to come home and you're going to make the order. Raymond, dude, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I mean, I love the idea, and I wish it would have worked out for me how I wanted to store my hooks and everything in it. It's just not big enough with the amount of hooks that I need to bring with me, like I said, for rigging videos and things like that. I think what guys are doing with it is making it like a dedicated flipping box, dedicated this, that, and the other. And that box will be too big, way too big for me to do something like that. I want to use it for all my weights and things like that. But there's no way I could get all my hooks, weights, and everything else in there in just one box, which was my original plan. So again, it's not for everybody, but it's definitely a great concept, and I will be using it, just not for how I originally intended to. Blues fan, do you even fish, bro? Mike, do you even fish, bro? Everyone just tuning in again. We got 83 people on here. It was really nice of Old Wad Fishing to buy myself and Phantom Fishing lunch the other day. We did have a little fishing competition, and the loser bought lunch, you know. So thank you, Mike. It was a great lunch, dude. I got a French dip. I think Andy got a big cheeseburger, so it was good. Okay, people, we need to start asking the real questions here. Tacos or quesadillas? Man, that is a tough one. I'll probably go with both, dude. I had fajitas for lunch. Enrique, I appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Anyone just tuning in? You got bile craws, bile bugs. That's 4 packs there. Exo stick, rapid line guide, hook all. If you donate, you're entered in the giveaway. We appreciate it, guys. Again, I just put that money back into the channel. Do you only freshwater fish? That's all I do. Just bass fish mainly. Hey, TJ, you sponsored by Zoom yet? Heard you love them. Joke between, oh yeah, Kevin, yeah. Oh, Kevin, man, I guess he don't even fish anymore, dude. Because, you know, you always see a post every now and again on Instagram of fishing. Now it's just him cutting grass or him weightlifting. But I can really see, I mean, I started lifting pretty seriously the last few months, and it's hard to work in, weightlifting, fishing. I mean, so I can see for as much as he's doing it, there probably is no time for fishing because he's into it pretty serious. My wife just asked if we can get senior citizen discount. Are you talking about shirts? I don't believe there's no discount for that, bud. Tips are spooling spinning reels with 1,000-yard spools. Pitch fun twirling rig doesn't work with 1,000-yard spools. That is true. Tell you what, I got a video. I think it's called, it could be called How to Spool a Spinning Reel. It's actually, let me just go ahead and grab her back. Hold on. I made this and I got a video. I got a video on this. I made this really for spooling a spinning reel, and I got longer bolts. It just depends how tall the spool is, but this would work for a 1,000-yard spool. And a 1,000-yard spool, you want the spool laying flat. And again, that's why I made this board like this. You can also put it on its side and spool bait casters as well. But if you look up the video that I did on this, I'll show you how I made it and how I spool spinning reel. But it's laying it flat, clamping it down like this. It works perfect. Baitman did a Ned Rig live stream last night. You should check it out. Really good. Yeah, I'm not a big Ned Rig guy, but it is something I need to get into. I just don't have a whole lot of confidence and a whole lot of finesse things fishing that mud hole. Have you? Oh, yeah, dude. I throw the biffle head a lot. Biffle head, biffle bug. Biffle bug is a great bait. Throw a rattle up in there. No, I don't fish saltwater. And I've never fished for trout. Anyone take advantage of the $20 off coupon Academy Sports offer this weekend? I'm not really sure, Mike. I know you got your rod, didn't you? Medium, heavy, fast action. I'm about to make an order with Tech Warehouse. What would be a universal size O-ring for hooks and line tie? Oh, you mean split rings? I'm assuming you mean split rings for crankbaits. Number 2. I believe, so you're number 2. I tell you what, the Strike Kings, I know those come stock with a 3. When I put on an oval, I know I go to 2s, and all the bombers I use are 2. I would still say 2. Size 2 would be pretty good for your line tie if you get the ovals. I believe Owner has those, and I think I get the ones from Mass Pro as well, but I think Owner has the ovals as well. And for the round for the hook, yeah, 2 or 3. I probably use 2 the most. Thanks again for sending me the package last week. I really do appreciate it. No problem, Enrique. I picked up a new St. Croix Triumph 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. Mike, I don't know why you keep buying more gear, dude. I mean, you're not even catching any fish. Do you work with Okuma? If so, how did that start? I guess you could say I work with them, yes. How did that start? That started probably, it was back when I was with the Hooked Up Network. So that was a long time ago. And I did a video on one of their spinning rods. That's how it started. I did a video on one of their spinning rods. And it was just a small deal, just doing a video for them. I think that was pretty much all it was with that deal with the Hooked Up Network. And I got to use the spinning rod, and then I think I got a hold of a bait caster. And then I realized just how soft these rods were and how I was hooking up on more fish. Well, long story short, the network had shut down. And I knew it was going to shut down, but I knew that these rods, I knew I really liked these rods. So I asked them for the contact that they had, because we were never allowed to talk to them. So they gave me the contact. And then I reached out to him and said, hey, I've reviewed a couple of your rods, blah, blah, blah. And that was pretty much how it started there. I just told him how much I liked the rods, and that's pretty much it. But, yeah, it was through the Hooked Up Network is how I got the contact to be able to talk to him. And again, yeah, I'm still, I guess you say I'm still working with them. I don't believe they're that crazy this year about me using other reel brands, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's what I think you guys want. So, I mean, I got to look out for you guys. Again, I'm happy with only using the Okuma reels. I mean, I like the Okuma reels, and they never really told me that I couldn't use anything else. I've always used what I wanted to use, but I knew I was going to be using many different brands this year, so I let them know, hey, I'm going to be using this, I'm going to be using that, I'm going to be pairing on your rod. That was what I was most concerned about. I'm not really sure they wanted, to see other reels and all that on their rods, but I just told them, it's what it is. You guys know I'm a fan of the gear, and you guys know I'm doing this just because you guys want to see other reel reviews, so I want to do what's best for you guys. Not everybody wants to buy an Okuma reel, so again, I just told them, it is what it is. I'm going to be putting other reel brands on the rods, blah, 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 and again, they don't care, but I don't think they're all that happy about it. But again, you guys know I'm a loyal Okuma guy. It's what I like. It's what I use. And again, I'm just trying to branch out a little bit for you guys, giving you guys different options. First time we ever saw a crawfish at the local lake was last Wednesday. The large fish I caught had a very red mouth, and I thought that was from crawfish. Yeah, I believe that is right, bud. Anytime you see the red mouth, that's from eating craws. Always heard that bass with red lips mean chowing down on craws. Yep, I've heard the same, Doug. For me, it's a personality issue. I don't like most of them, so I can't allow myself to put money in their pockets. I'm assuming we're talking about the Googans. Hey, Watt, did ever buy himself some waiter so he can get his baits when they snag? He needs to get him some waders, Chuck. Best single color, I guess it would depend really where you're fishing. For me, it's black and blue because I fish mud holes. I am more of a tackle man unless it's a 15-inch quesadilla. Have you ever heard of anyone using a small piece of heat sink tube for a wacky? Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yep. That, and they also have that little tool on Tackle Warehouse where it's not actually heat shrink. It's kind of like a little, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a little rubber type deal, and you put it inside a tool that spreads it apart, and then you can put your Senko in there, and again, you'll be able to get more fish out of your bait. What's a good spinning reel that won't break the bank? Brian, I tell you what, I use the Shimano Saharas a lot. They're like $70 or something like that. Pretty affordable. I know my dad uses the Spyrex. He really likes that. So I'd say one of those two are pretty good for the price. Right, I can't believe he stopped, though. He seemed really big, and yes, grass and weightlifting. He loves the grass. Would be awful if it rainstormed. Yeah, he does love his grass, man. Thoughts on throwing big swim baits? I'm not really into the big swim bait game yet. I do have the 168 S-Wavers. I did pick up some of those smaller catch coke crankbaits that just came out from swim baits from Mike Bucca, the ones he designed. But as far as like the giant swim baits, I don't even own any. So, Loose Custom Pro or Okuma Helios? Man, I'd say they're very similar. And I'm going to do a video on the Okuma reel and why I would put it up against, I guess, more expensive reels and all that. So I guess I could say that. I mean, it comes down to that reel. And the reel's got, at least it's got aluminum gears in it. It's got aluminum drive shaft, which you don't see too often. And guys were worried that they wouldn't hold up over time. And all the reviews I've done on them, they hold up just fine. I've never had them fail, but it makes it really light. So if you would have compared the two reels, I mean, as far as casting distance go, they're neck and neck. Feel, I mean, they're both small. So something like that, to me, even though that I don't ever really look at weight on a reel, something like that's what it would have to come down to, because you get the TCS for like $200, and I believe the other one's like what, $260, something like that. So you get a reel just as good, $60 cheaper, and it's lighter. So it really depends what you're looking for. But on those two, I'd probably go with the TCS for that reason, just because it's lighter. I mean, they have a pretty similar feel to it. I would say I'd give the grips. I love the grips on the Luzo. I definitely give that to Luz. But as far as performance goes, yeah, I mean, they're neck and neck as far as performance goes. My tilt broke on my Minn Kota plastic tab broke. That's not good, man. Bomber setup, square A. I use 12-pound fluorocarbon majority of the time, 12-pound Cigar and VizX, 6-speed reel, and EVX rod. Loads at a quarter, the medium heavy cranking rod. Loads at a quarter. I believe it maxes out like 3/4 an ounce, something like that. But it loads at a quarter. That bait weighs 3/8, so I'm able to launch it really well with that rod with 12-pound test. Best wacky rig hooks. I like weighted. I use the ones from, who was that from? Oh, I can't think of it now. Maybe this is the box here. Hold on. Nope. I don't know where it went. Weighted ones. I can't think of the name of it now. It's a tungsten. Oh, what's the name of that? Can't think of the name of it now. No, you know what? It could be Zappu. It could be Zappu. It's a weighted wacky hook. It could be Zappu. It's a tungsten. If I'm using a weighted one, I like that one. If not, I usually use the Owner. And the one that's got the, it's green. It's got the little weed guard on it. I'm not really sure what Lou's fishing combo is at Walmart, so I can tell you. Get a new rod. No problem, Doug. I must be way behind here on comments. Brandy the fishing, but got a Lumicraft and Minn Kota 40, but the tilt plastic tab broke. Oh, I read that one. What's your favorite lift at the gym? Probably, I like doing hammer curls. I probably get the most out of those. G7 tool, that sounds right, bud. I think that's it. Definitely haven't been there this year yet. Love the lake when it's hot and sunny. What's going on, Preston? Preston, bit late. What did I miss? We just talking breeze, you know, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Talk about my gear, fishing, giveaway. When donates, we got a nice giveaway here. A little bit of everything. Me want to watch the stream back. No, I've never ordered any JDM reels. Oh, I just joined the chat. Do you recommend any or the Abu Garcia Black Max for a beginner big ass reel? I've never used that reel, but I've heard a lot of guys talk about it, so I'd imagine it's pretty good. I wouldn't go too cheap on a bait caster. If you go too cheap, it may give you more headaches than you know what it's worth. That being said, I wouldn't really put that much emphasis on prices because you know there are some cheaper reels that are very good. So you can get the best that you can afford. But the one that I usually recommend is a Pro Qualifier just because it has dual braking. It's very user-friendly, dual braking. You can really tune it in. It's a solid reel. $100. Usually get them on sale for, you know, $75. They were just recently on sale on the Classic for $50. Solid reel. So, but yeah, I've heard a lot of guys use the Black Max. That's what I'm looking forward to, my Okuma run and Lou's custom reel combo. Been wanting to get set up with a good fishing run, and I believe I'm going to really like Okuma. For sure, dude. For sure. Fished my first tournament today. How'd you do, Jarrett? You best pros spinning. Okay, that's good. Where are we at? How do I enter the giveaway? You just donate. It's there's a super chat. I believe the super chat button down at the bottom. I can't see it on my screen. One of you guys can tell him. But if you donate, you're entered in the giveaway. 2 packs of Vile Bugs, 2 packs of Vile Craws, Exo Stick, line guides, and hook all. Kate, there's your giveaway. I know you're going to ask me. There's your giveaway. Or not your giveaway, your shout out. There it is. I just seen it. Andrew appreciates $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Kate, I gave you your shout out. Heard you mention Mike Buka. Have you used any of his swim baits? I really want to try the 4 and 5 inch pulls. I haven't, Matt. I thought they were pretty expensive at the time that I did look at them, so I never did pull the trigger. But the one that he designed for MTB. I lost you guys for a second. There we are, Matt. I had it on Wi-Fi. I didn't know that. Anyways, Matt, what I was saying was, yeah, they were kind of expensive when I first looked at them, but the one that he designed for MTB, I think it's only like 3.75, and it was only like, well, if you're a club member, it was only like $10. So I did try a few colors of those, but I haven't tried any of his bigger ones. But I mean, they do have killer action. It was very, very slow, small fish. No one did that good, really. Do you think those giant swim baits are just a phase for now? I can't see myself using them, although I have seen them produce. No, I mean, if you're around big fish, I mean, you know, big fish eat a big meal. So it's definitely not a phase. I mean, I'm sure guys will be throwing swim baits forever. I'm sure eventually I'll get into them, but I just haven't yet. But I think it's a confidence thing. You know, you'll look at this bait. This bait is huge, you know, and like, who's going to bite that? But I mean, I'm sure even little 1-pounders are going to bite it too. So I just think that guys like myself and you possibly, you look at the size of a bait and you just think that you're not going to get bit, so you throw a little jig or a soft flash, something like that. But no doubt they'll eat the big swim baits. You just got to have confidence throwing something that big. The deal with the line through swim bait, when they bite it, the bait can slide up the line. That way your bait's not getting tore up. Plus, they don't have that much weight to be able to shake and throw it. So that would kind of be the deal with that. Best heavy pressure pond lure. I'd probably throw a shaky head. Wacky rig. Cinco, something like that. Pond River, yo, yo, yo. Yeah, the price is high. I may get that smaller one you mentioned. I thought the 4-inch was the smallest. Yeah, the one he designed for MTV, I thought it was 3.75. It's a ½ ounce. And I mean, I ordered 4 of them. That's something there. I mean, it's a good point there for Karl's Club. If you guys join Karl's Club for free, okay, free 30-day trial. Like I said, I picked up 4 of those swim baits. You got $5 off each one, so you've already saved $20. So after the month, if you do sign a year membership, what's it, like $40, $50? I mean, after a few orders, you'll get your money right back. Then you get 30% off every month after that for the year. So it's a good deal. I actually made a pretty big order. I think I spent like $160, which I'll do a video on that if you guys want to see an unboxing video. But they're starting to carry more and more stuff that I use, so it worked out pretty good. Steve, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're interested in the giveaway. Favorite jig? I don't throw jigs a ton, but probably one of my favorite is still the new Tech Lures new jig. Local lakes are mud pits like you said yours are, and mine are shallow, 8 foot at deepest 72 degrees. What is the best technique you use and some advice, please? 8 foot is pretty shallow. 8 foot, 72 degrees. They're definitely spawning for sure. Could even be post spawn. I mean, if you're just fishing a little bitty, let's see here, local lake. Not sure how big your lake is. 8 foot, muddy. I'd probably still, I mean, if it's muddy like when I'm fishing, they're still going to relate to something, whether it be a dock, stump, rock, something like that. You know, I would just probably, you need to catch a few fish to really see where the fish are at. If they're healing up, if they're bloody, if they're just starting and all that. And then you kind of pick it apart from there. But I mean, if you really don't know what's going on, you can search for fish with a spinnerbait or a crankbait, then slow down with the soft plastic. You need to pick off a few fish to really let the fish tell you what's going on in the lake, you know. But muddy water, you can't go wrong with a spinnerbait, crankbait, you know, pitching a jig around, soft plastic, something that's got a lot of kick to it, you know, like a bow crawl, rage crawl, something like that. I caught, when I was out with Phantom the other day in Owada fishing, I caught, my biggest was 405, and it came on a advantage spinnerbait, and Phantom got a 555 on the Trash Master. I believe he had on the Vile Bug, and old Watts, he didn't catch anything worth even taking a picture, so nothing from him. Old Watts, man, he can buy a good lunch, I tell you that though. Where we at? Best Texas rigs off plastic and colors for ponds. As far as colors goes, it really depends how dirty it is. The cleaner the water, the more natural you want to go. But you know, a worm and a craw, pretty much all you need there. Craw is probably what I throw the most. Texas rig or craw, no matter if I'm in a pond or a lake. I mean, you can always get bit on a craw. drag it, hop it, swim it. I mean, you can do many different things with a craw. Green pumpkin, Alabama craw, black and blue. If you got more clear water, you may want to get a watermelon, something like that. June bug. I mean, if you're fishing muddier water. But when I try out a bait for the first time, or if I'm looking to bring a couple colors, do a new lake or something like that, it's going to be green pumpkin. It's going to be black and blue, because those two colors pretty much get bit everywhere. Matt, you want to see the unboxing? That's cool. I really like Karl's tackle. They should have my address down pat. I order something at least once or twice a week, plus my elite box. That's cool. Yeah, man, you guys, if you haven't, you need to check out the website. I mean, they're adding more and more stuff to it. You'll see them in my unboxing. It's all good name brand stuff. I mean, I got a lot of stuff from coming, and like I said, it's gonna be a pretty good order. I was throwing a 5-inch floater. He caught a 2-inch bluegill. What was he thinking? He was hungry. I'm buying next time, dude. You got to outfish me. You'll have a chance, though, when we do that 2-on-2 tournament, because I got you in the boat. And if we do lose, which against the two, there's a good chance we're going to lose because I got you, I'll buy the way you finally get a free meal. But it really wouldn't be you beat me, though. What do you think about the River to Sea Whopper Plopper for summer? I throw the Whopper Plopper. I like them. I throw the 110s. I think I probably normally lean towards the a buzzbait over a plopper, but you know, they work. Poor Watt's always being picked on. He's a good sport, though. He takes it good, you know. But you know, he talks a lot of smack, so sometimes, you know, you get what you get. We went to a real small fishing show last spring. Picked up 3.5 inch hinge swim baits. Still haven't tied them on yet. Time to get them wet, man. I want to see the unboxing too. Okay. Blue Boy, appreciate $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. And remember, guys, if you donate, when the video is done and processed, you have to come back to the video, look in the comments, because I'll have the winner there. Okay, you need to reply to me so I can get your address. And I'll need you to reply to me through email, Instagram, or on Facebook. So make sure you look back if you did donate, in case you won, so I can ship everything out. What do you think about the flicker family? The flicker shad? I caught a nice, if you're talking about the flicker shad, I was fishing, I never talk about the lakes I was fishing, but I was fishing a power plant lake. It was a few years ago. And I was fishing a color there that shouldn't have done well. It was fire tiger, and that was pretty clear water. And I caught a 5-pound bass on a flicker shad. And I picked up a few more since then. It's pretty good bait, if that's the one you're talking about. Chuck, appreciate $2, buddy. You're into the giveaway. Donate to Watts for his waders. Recommended chatterbait. I like the shock blades. Seems like everybody loves the jackhammers. I mean, Z-Man's got some good ones. There's a bunch of different ones out there. They're all pretty solid. How do you like to fish the wild bug? Picking some up finally this week sometime. Normally, Matt, what I've done so far is I got them at the end of last season, and then I've been fishing them so far at the beginning of this season. So what I've done with them mainly is a jig trailer or just pitch and flip them. That's all I've done with them. But since they do have some action to them, you can even swim them. You know, I'll pitch a jig or something out there, hop it around, then I'll swim it back to the boat. I've even got bites that way as well, just because they do have some action. But mainly, like I said, jig trailer or just pitch and flip them. I like that idea. Make donations for my new waders. Yeah. Okay. Donate. We'll buy Watts some waders. What do you think about culprit, curly tailed, and zoom old monsters? I throw them both. Both good baits. I mean, old monster's been around forever. I mean, I guess culprit's been around as well. But throw them both in 10-inch, and I think even 7-inch as well. So good baits. Good summertime bait. 10-inch worm. Glad I can help. Uh-oh, Game of Thrones time? Ever use copolymer? I haven't. I either use straight fluorocarbon or mono. 7.5 or 10-inch better. I normally go to a 10-inch. I don't buy 7s anymore. What I do now, buy a 10. If I want a 7.5, I just cut them down instead of having to buy both. So normally I always lean towards, like I said, the bigger worm. And if I need a smaller profile, cut her down. Game of Thrones is on, huh? We'll stay on here a few more minutes. Guys, we only got 67 thumbs up. Can we do a little better than that? I fished off a deep riprap shoreline. What bait would you throw? I fished the shore off a deep riprap. So you're fishing from the bank. You got deep riprap right in front of you. Tell you what, man, it's hard to beat paralleling rock with a crankbait. So depending on how deep it is, I'm not sure how deep you're talking, but you can always toss. You know, you can even throw a little square bill because I'm sure it tapers out. But if you can get to where it drops all the way down, you know, throw a deeper crankbait, DT6, DT10, DT14, or whatever, something like that. But I would say crankbait, probably even like a wacky rig, something like that, along the rocks, probably be good as well. I mean, fish are always on rock. You swim worms much? Would love to see some of your tube videos. Yes, I do. Drag them. This depends. I mean, I'll Texas rig it. I usually plan on just dragging it. If I get antsy because I'm not catching fish, normally I end up swimming it. It just really depends, you know, how the day's going. I fish a lot, but still confused when to use different styles of treble hooks on crankbaits, round bend or short shank, wide gap. I do have videos on this, Chuck, but typically when you want to go to I'll just tell you why I do it. Majority of your crankbaits these days come with a round bend. Now, I like a round bend on a topwater, a jerkbait, pretty much any bait to where they're going to slap at it, just because with that round bend with the tips facing out, I guess, or in line with the eye, I should say, they're not tipped in. With them out, I guess it's easier to snag the fish if they were to slap at it, okay? So jerkbaits, topwaters, that happens a lot. So on those particular baits, I like a round bend. But on my square bills, okay, for one, I like a little bit bigger bite, so I go to the wide gap for that. But on my square bills, cranking rock, brush, stumps, okay? So I want the hook point to be just a little more weedless. So on the EWG, those hook points are tipped in. So for that reason, I like that style of hook on my diving type crankbaits. Again, I feel it's a little more weedless. And I go to a short shank when I want to put a bigger hook on the bait. Like a KVD 1.5, it comes with a number 4. I'll run a number 4 short shank just to get the hooks a little bit closer to the body to keep it a little more weedless. But you can actually put a number 2 short shank on there, a much bigger hook, just because you used a short shank. So in a nutshell, you use a short shank when you want to add a bigger hook than what the bait came stock with. Because if you don't have that short shank, if it came with 4 and you put 2 number 2s on there, standard shank, the hooks will tangle. So you need that short shank so they don't tangle. And then I like a round bend where they're going to maybe slap at the bait. And then I like, again, the EWG on all my diving type baits. But don't think that if they slap at it, you can't hook them with a EWG style hook. I got a video on my channel. I was using a Bomber Square A, of course. I believe I had a number 6s, EWG style hook. The hook points tipped in, 5-pounder slapped at it. I caught him in the tail, and I landed that fish with one little hook, just one treble hook. Not all of them, just one little hook on that number 6. Got him to the boat. Again, I got that on video. Check that video out. But again, that's when I would use each style. Unseen Outdoors. Do appreciate you trying to give me some more likes. Let's watch the language, though. I know we do have some young kids in here. But I do appreciate that, though. It would be nice to get some more thumbs up, which it does look like that you got it. I'm way behind because we have 76 now. So I do appreciate that. And I try to keep it clean on here. I don't cuss and all that. You just never know who's watching. Do you have more confidence, spinnerbait or square bill? I'm going to say, well, that's tough. I'm going to say square bill. Either waders or a good lure retriever for Watts. No problem, Brian. Did you ever get a chance to fish that red crankbait you got from the last? No, it's actually sitting right here still. I have not. I have not used it yet. Since that last stream, I was only out fishing once, which was on Friday with Watts and Phantom. And mainly we fished bile bugs and spinnerbaits. So I did not fish. I tell you what, I did fish a square bill. I remember that now because I put a picture on Instagram. I must have had a big carp swipe at it. And that scale on that carp, man, it was like that big. Check out that picture if you haven't. What's up, Jim? The problem with getting here late is that someone always eats all of the chocolate-covered donuts. The spawn is on here in Central PA, so I don't spend too much time at home right now. Hey, man, I don't blame you, buddy. I know that you'd like to hear, but if you can get out on the water, man, go catch some fish. That's way more important than talking to me, dude. I do appreciate you tuning in, though. Have you ever thought about getting a sonar with down and side scan imaging for your boat? Man, both of mine do. I have the 598 and I have the I think it's 99. They both have down scan and side imaging. I know you know your lake, but I always thought it'd be cool to see all the stuff down there. Again, I scan the lakes. I know what's there. I know what the fish hold on. So again, I barely turn them on anymore just for water temperature. But there is one area that's got a bunch of stumps in there. It is nice to troll by it, see the stumps on side imaging, and then I can pick them off with a shaky head or something like that. It is cool, something like that. But again, I fish the lake so much, I know right where those stumps are at. I don't need to use them anymore. But, you know, they do work really well. Do you use something to measure your line when spooling up or just estimate? I'm asking because of when doing braid to fluoro. Thanks. Measure my line. What do you mean, like for backer? Or you mean like a leader? When I'm spooling up and I'm putting backing, yeah, I have a little gauge block that I use. But as far as leader goes, I don't really run leaders that much. But what I probably would do is just run a couple arm lengths, something like that. What's going on, Ricky? The scale that I use is the Connect scale. I also use the BOGO grips. I probably use the Connect scale most just because it's digital. BOGO grips is a great scale as well. Pretty expensive. But I do have a link down in the description for a little discount for Connect scale if you'd like to check that out. Great day fishing. However, my buddy got hooked by a fish, but all went well as he is good to go now. That's cool, dude. It's always good to be out on the water. No problem, Unseen. I do appreciate you, though. Give me some more thumbs up. All good, brother. Is a square bill a bait you throw in all conditions? Pretty much, man. When the water is, you know, probably mid to upper 40s and rising, I'll throw it. And I'll throw it till it gets back to those temps and falling. I mean, a square bill is definitely a big confidence bait for me. I mean, they always eat a square bill. You got to think, too, though. You know, it's where all I'm fishing. I'm fishing muddy water and always fishing around rocks, stumps, laydowns. I mean, it's really hard to beat a square bill, you know, in those situations. Especially a riprap bank, you know, if that's what you come up to, man, pull out the square bill, you know. I used a Ned craw and it did not catch any fish. I was mad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Ned rig yet, but I'm going to play around with it this year. Got my first bass of the year Saturday. I need to go fishing with my divorce going on now. Oh, I bet, dude. Sorry to hear that, man. What's going on, Adam? Have you used the Nico rig yet? I have not. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of Tokyo. Yes, Nico, yeah. I don't have a ton of experience with the Nico rig, but we were talking about that earlier. I did pick up some Googan baits. You guys asked about them. The trench hog was one of the ones that I picked up. And that was the first thing I thought of when I seen that bait on the Nico rig. Yeah, I have been messing around with that. But again, not really enough experience to really tell you guys any tips or tricks on it yet. But the Tokyo rig is what I have not fished yet. I made some up, but I have not fished that yet. I've seen you on the Sonar commercial on Pursuit Channel. Yeah, you're about the, I don't know how many people have told me that so far. A lot of people have told me that. And I didn't know anything about it. And so more and more people kept telling me about it. So then I finally contacted Deeper and said, hey, am I in some commercial that I don't know about? So they sent me the commercial. I mean, I'm literally in it for like 1 second. If you blink, you wouldn't see me. It's that fast. But it was pretty cool to see that I am on TV in a commercial. It's pretty cool. But again, I knew nothing about that. So 80 likes. Can we get to 90? We got 81. So we've been on here an hour, 24 minutes. We'll stay on for another 5 minutes, and then I'll get off because Game of Thrones is calling me. And I'm sure my wife is waiting. She don't want to wait any longer. Any advice on how low? What? Any advice on low cost nail weights? Can't justify tungsten. Um, check out VMC. I think I picked up some of those here recently. I think they're probably fairly cheap. You probably can just go to the hardware store and get some nail weights, or just get some nails. So you probably use those as well. I think even years ago, Fluke Master, I think he used to cut up a wire hanger and use that. It's not much weight, but I mean, there's other things that you can cut up. You don't actually have to buy the nails, you know. Meet and greet cookout or something like that. We do a little meet and greet. You know, I was thinking, and I'll be doing a video on this here really soon. You guys know I bought a new truck, bought a Ram Rebel. Then I made a video about, you know, just the letting you guys know that I did get a new truck. I do want to incorporate the truck in the videos moving forward and things like that. After I bought the truck, then I started talking with the general manager. One thing led to another, and we're actually going to be doing something this year. We're kind of working together a little bit. And again, you guys know that I went there because I shopped around and found the best deal. So I truly believe if you're going to buy a truck or something like that, you know, Mopar product, they definitely have the best deal around. Just because I did the homework, and they did have the best deal, no doubt. They beat everyone else by almost double the price. They came off almost double what everyone else was going to come off. So again, I went there because they had the best deal. I'm not telling you guys to go there because I'm now working with them. You guys know from that video that, again, that's why I went there, because they did have the best price. One thing led to another. And again, I started talking about the general manager, his son. I actually watched my videos. Again, we worked a little something out. But what I'm getting at is, I think he said in June or July, they're going to do some type of barbecue at the dealership. So I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to do a little meetup at the dealership. I don't want to say, yeah, I'm doing one there, then nobody show up. So before I even say I'm going to do that, I want to know if you guys will be interested in going to the dealership for a little meet and greet. And again, there's going to be a barbecue there. I'll break some stuff. We'll do some giveaways. We'll just have some fun. But again, if nobody's going to show up, I'm not doing this. You know, that's probably why I haven't done one yet. I don't want to say I'm going to do one, then I go somewhere and I'm waiting around and then nobody's there, you know. Yeah, Alex, I'm sorry, dude. I'm a Game of Thrones nerd. Hey, what's going on, Greg? Eagle Claw makes cheap tungsten nail weights. You need your own wrap on the truck. Chuck, I'm waiting for the second, what do you call that, proof. So I am getting something done to the truck. But talking about the truck, we just got hail here the other day, and I got like a dozen little dimples on the truck, which I have to go tomorrow morning to get taken out. So got to get that fixed first before I get the wrap on the truck. But where the wrap's going, there is no damage there. I think I got like 4 or 5 little dimples on the roof, and then I got 1 on each door on the passenger side, and then like a 4 on the hood. But I'm probably gonna have to be there, probably because the guy's not gonna be able to find them because they're so small. But I found them all. I gotta make sure they get taken out tomorrow. So, would you ever fish with subscribers in the future? That'd be awesome to get a chance to fish with you, dude. I'd love to, man. My whole issue is, I think a lot of guys look at all the YouTubers. They're doing this, they're doing that, doing all this fun stuff. Well, those guys went full time. I still have a full time job, so it's just hard to work my schedule around, you know, YouTube and everything else. Just like last week, you know, my whole week was screwed up just because I'm waiting around to go to work with the rain. So those days are kind of held up because I'm not sure if I'm working or not. Then I get called off work or I have to go in. So that day's kind of shot. Then the next day, again, I'm waiting to see if it rained or not. So my days really are getting screwed up with the weather. So that's not helping out either. So the few days that I have, I'm losing with this weather here soon. But, or what I'm saying is soon, hopefully, that this all clears up and I can actually get back on schedule with work. But the schedule I thought I was going to have this year didn't pan out. I'm actually working a little bit different schedule. I don't have the 3 days back to back like I had last year, so I'm losing time. So if I would have the 3 days, I was planning on doing some traveling and fishing with subscribers. But now only having a day or two, it would be hard to travel because I have to be back the next day for work. So I don't know how it's going to go. I do want to travel and I do want to fish with more guys. So let's see how it goes, dude. If we're not really that far away, we should be able to hook up and do something though. Won a little derby today, 11:37. Took the purse. Heck yeah, dude. Bite here on ponds in central Indiana. Full blown spawn. I hate fishing a Cinco. Any action in your area? Greg, I'd imagine I was out behind Phantom Fishing's house on Friday, and I believe the fish I caught, I don't think there was anything on the tail, but Phantom caught a 5.5, and that tail was starting to get bloody. And like I said, mine, I don't think there was anything on it. Mine was a 405, was the biggest. So we caught a bunch of little buck bass, but I would say we're probably dang near, full blown spawn as well. They're definitely up shallow, that's for sure. Northern Bass, what's up, dude? Where at? It's in Belleville. Will you be traveling to any waters you have not been? Yeah, I do plan to do some things with Phantom Fishing this year. He wants to pick me up and go to some different lakes and all that, so it'd be kind of like a spontaneous kind of deal. So I think we are going to fish some different lakes. You live in Chicago. Plane ticket. Don't have any specific questions. Just love listening and learning. Keep doing the videos and live in live chat. Thanks. No problem, John. Appreciate you tuning in, buddy. I would go to meetup, but I live in Indiana. See, that's the problem. I'm not really sure how many local guys I have here to do the meetup, Next family vacation, come to Cape Cod and stuff to mess around with a 36-inch striper. That would be fun. Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'll have to plan something if we don't get flooded out. You're no kidding, dude. With all the rain we got coming, just don't tell them. And I got to pass, Chain of Rocks Bridge on the way to work. And you can see the farmer's field. You can see the levees and all that are built up with, with the water and all that. And they're like right at the top. If we get any more rain at all, water's going over, which we're going to have more rain here in a couple of days. So, do you have any idea where you can get the Okuma reel diagrams? I cannot find a legible one anywhere. What are you looking for? Which reel are you talking about? And I guess you just want the spec sheet. Any idea what happened to the Midwest Fishing Bros? I remember you commenting on the videos often. Can't find their videos anymore. Jeff, I'm not sure. I haven't seen any videos from them in a while. I'm assuming that they threw in the towel. Maybe they just erased their channel. I really have no idea. I do see him from time to time on Facebook, his personal page, which, to be honest, I can't even remember his name now. But, a lot of guys come and go in this YouTube deal. Nice to meet you, Hollywood, Royalty, America, Youth, the American Sniper. Thoughts on the bull shad? Bull shad. The little ones that I don't even have any in hand at the moment. I just ordered 4 of the little 3.75, I believe it is, from Ketchco, the ones that Mike Buka designed here recently. Other than that, I don't have any, so I couldn't tell you. But I mean, the bull shad is a pretty known swim bait, which a lot of guys use. So I've seen the action in it, videos and all that. I mean, it's a killer looking bait. So I would imagine whatever one you got, I'm sure it's good. A Mega Alpha Shad Buzzbait. I've never used it, Greg. Have to ask old Trey on that one. Favorite swim bait so far and ones you look forward to trying? It just depends on the swim bait. As far as big swim baits, the only ones that I have are the, and I'm not sure you guys even consider the swim baits. And that's the 168. I forgot the name of them. 168 S waivers. So if you consider that a swim bait, I have that one, and I got a couple smaller ones, but I don't have anything big yet. So swim baits I throw are like little 5-inch soft plastic ones. So I'm not really into the swim bait game yet, but I do want to try the Gantriel. That'd be one I look forward to trying. Meetup would be cool. I live near Edwardsville. Have you seen how bad Alton is flooded? I haven't seen it, but it does get flooded pretty bad here. I do remember seeing the old flood lines on the buildings around there. So we do have one local guy in here. I need to head to bed, have a good night, and enjoy Game of Thrones. You too, Doug. Appreciate you tuning in, buddy. I live by the Mississippi, and it's supposed to get like 22 feet high. Wow. 22 feet high. I believe standard level is like 60, 70 foot. Lots of barriers up already. Man, that's terrible, dude. You think Okuma would ever let you design a rod or reel? I don't know. I never really talked to him about it, but that would be cool, I'd have to really give that some thought because I like the actions that I'm using already. So if I were to design my own, probably what I would do is maybe adjust some handle lengths and things like that. But and maybe some lengths of the rods I would change up. But as far as power and action, I kind of like how they are now. But again, I think just different lengths and different handles and all that lengths would kind of be cool. It could be something I can talk to them in the future about. I like the bull shaft 4x4. It's like a giant square bill. Helios TC has a schematic that shows you all the parts. I tell you what, Kevin, if you could message me on, I know I got the boxes back there. If you can message me on Instagram or Facebook, I can probably take pictures of mine and send it to you. Gantriel is legit. I have the Junior action is insane. You can throw it on a flipping stick. Cool, man. You would be cool. I would definitely buy it. Yeah, I'll talk to him. Could be cool. Wouldn't mind seeing my name on the rod. That'd be awesome. Yeah, TJ rod would be sick. Cranking rod and your striking rage. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Hey, I use your discount on the bounce spawn baits. Thanks for the discount code. No problem. No problem, Blue Boy. You guys use code TJ81, 20% off, bouncespawn.com. That's good for Fish Monkey gloves. That's good for Calco's fishing. I put all the discounts down in the description. So not in this video, actually. It's not going to be. They will be in there when the video is processed. So look back for all the discount codes. But all my other videos, all the discount codes are down in the description. So, anyways, guys. Looks like we are caught up here. We're 1:36 minutes, and we are going to get off. Game of Thrones is calling me. I'm sure the wife's up there mad, wanting to see it. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you did donate, look back when the video is processed. So have the comment with the winner. You need to reply back to me, and then again, I'll get shipping info. Ship those out as soon as I get your info. But guys, have a great week. I appreciate you tuning in. It's always a pleasure, and we will see you guys on the next one. See you guys.